What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video was incorrectly scheduled to begin with, and then besides that is late. But we're looking at White Balloon Day, which this year was the 10th. When I'd originally seen this was a thing coming up this year, the date that was on Wikipedia was the 11th. And just sort of in my flurry of trying to get 30 videos together for the month, didn't notice that that was 2020's date. So decided to put it the day after instead of the day before, which would have ended up on the right day. But we live and we learn. But we're looking at White Balloon Day, which is according to Wikipedia, a symbol of support for survivors of child sexual abuse. Began after a public meeting in Belgium in October of 1996, when 300,000 people gathered with white balloons to show public sympathy and support for the parents of girls who were sexually assaulted of a previously convicted and then released pedophile. White Balloon Day is also held annually during National Child Protection Week in Australia, which is in September. Its aim is to raise awareness of child sexual assault within the community, and then it ends with its 2018 date of September 7. It is a movable observance because it is part of, as it mentioned there, National Child Protection Week, which starts on the first Sunday of September, and it will always be the Friday of that week. So yeah, this year was the 5th to the 11th. Last year it was the 6th to the 12th, making the Friday the 11th. Year before that was the 1st to the 7th, making it the 6th of that year. And the year before that was the 2nd to the 8th, making it the 7th in 2018, as evidenced by but that means that next year it is on the 9th, because if we look closely enough, 2018 it's the 7th, 2019 it's the 6th, and then 2020 it jumps back to being the 11th, and it was the 10th this year, so 9th next year, 8th the year after. And then 2024's date will go back to being the 6th, because that's how time works. Excuse me. So yeah, the link for the official White Balloon Day website will be linked below. It is the Australian one. Proudly supported by Superannuation Advice Australia and Busy Bees. It's funded by Commonwealth Department of Social Services, National Initiatives. There's links here for registering and logging in to be a part of the fundraising page. Learn how you can get involved in Braveheart's White Balloon Day, the link there for that. Another link for hosting events, etc. And then underneath that, specific ones for work, at school, at home, depending on where you want to host your event. Then on a nice little paragraph here. Did you know in up to 90% of reported cases of child sexual assault, the offender is someone the child and family knows, trusts, and loves? Which, unfortunately, gives some kind of dark credence to the jokes and the memes of the uncle being the kiddie fiddler, which disgusting. Bravehearts White Balloon Day is an annual day to raise awareness about the crime of child sexual assault and speak up for survivors. Now in its 25th year, Bravehearts White Balloon Day has helped educate the community about preventing this crime, whilst also helping to raise funds for Bravehearts' essential counselling services and preventative education programs. You can help to protect kids by getting involved in Bravehearts White Balloon Day and adding your voice to the thousands of people who will hashtag break the silence on child sexual assault and exploitation. All you need is to wear white and raise funds or donate on the day. There are some quick links under this, one for fundraising, one for buying merch, another one that has some useful resources, and then one that simply is just titled Protect Kids. At the moment, their merch page, I had that a look before I started filming, their merch page doesn't have a whole heap of merch on there. All of their shirts are sold out. And not that we're going to get into it, but they don't have an adult men's shirt. They've got a kid's shirt and an adult woman's shirt, but not one for men. Which, yeah, I mean, obviously, men could just, if they wanted to buy merch, absolutely had to buy merch. There's a whole bunch of other stuff on there that they could get. It just means that there's no, you know what I mean? You can't have a, I don't know, it feels a little discriminatory, I guess, to sort of be essentially saying that men can't be involved, I guess, which obviously is not the case. But yeah, I think more than ever, we are getting, especially sort of lately, this is definitely something we need to be sort of standing up for. I know that there have been a lot of crackdowns on, like elite pedophile rings and stuff. There was a while back, I can't remember if it was this year or last year, or hell, might even have been 2019. Time is an illusion. But there were a bunch of kiddie fiddlers trying to say that that was just their sexual orientation, which is gross and disgusting and an insult to the LGBT community. So yeah, no, I'm 100% on board with this initiative, with this program, and now that I know it's going to be the 9th next year, I can set myself a reminder and actually have an event next year, which will be cool. Because, yeah, there are few things more disgusting than being a child sexual predator. That's just, no. Anyway, to end on hopefully a more positive note, it is time for our question of the day, which, considering yesterday's was the negative self-talk, today's is asking about our positive self-talk. So what is my positive self-talk? What do I tell myself that's encouraging? When do I say these things? The when is the easiest part. Right after I've had a full-blown depressive episode that's gone for anywhere from a week to 2 months. Really sort of depends on how quickly I get bored and frustrated with myself, not doing anything and generally living like a slob. Because then sort of the other part of my brain kicks in and goes, better than this. Get up, go and look after yourself, clean your room, change your sheets, do all that other sort of stuff. And that's not to say that I don't, you know, sort of at the beginning of my depressive episodes, try to take care of myself. It just means that as it goes on, I progressively take less and less care of myself. I'm currently in the process of coming out of one, in fact, and yeah, sort of, it does mean that I'm how best to sort of phrase it, I guess, like I'm not only trying to eat better, but more frequently, which I said was one of my goals sort of thing for this month anyway, part of my resolutions. So that was already sort of ingrained in this month, especially with the turn of the season. When it comes to things like my creative projects, if I'm second guessing myself, you know, I'll always try to find at least one thing that I'm happy with, and I'll try and focus on that. Yeah, but I think for me it really does depend on whether or not my mental health is kicking my butt or not that day, because yeah, if it is, positive self-talk is sort of standing outside and looking in, wishing it was part of the pity party, essentially. But yeah, anyway, that's all I've got for this video. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell as well if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. If you enjoyed this one, please give it a big old thumbs up. Link in the description below for the official White Balloon Day site, as well as our question of the day as well. And until next time, guys, keep your head screwed on.